Hi everybody, it's Jen. Um, I went to the OB today. I am cycle day 5, and today I was to go to the OB to have a pelvic exam. Sorry, my computer's open, glaring at me. A pelvic exam and what's next for us. So, my OB is amazing, and he um, he really makes you feel like a person, and that's really hard to find. So um, it's like to see him. Sometimes it takes like an hour, hour and a half, and I know a lot of women are like, that's crazy that you have to wait that long, but honestly, for him and with his service and the way that he is, I do not mind waiting for him, at least now. I don't know when I'm pregnant and, you know, miserable or, tired or anything, but it's definitely worth the wait. So today I waited about an hour for him, which wasn't too bad. But he did my pelvic exam. Everything looked fine. They're not overstimulated or anything, my ovaries, which is what he's looking for. And we discussed pretty much everything. I showed him my charts since the surgery, and he was quite impressed at the difference that my charts are post-surgery rather than pre-surgery. So he was really happy that my cycles are doing good. My temps are staying up, for the 14 days and then dropping. And then I start my cycle. So he was really, really happy about that. We discussed a few things as far as upping my dosage in Clomid, which he does not feel is necessary. And I don't know, I'm not really mad about it, but I guess I'm just frustrated. And I'm truly, truly frustrated with the whole trying to conceive journey right now. Sorry, our water just turned on and we're in the basement, so it sucks. But, so I'm just frustrated that we've tried so much as far as ovulation induction medication. We haven't really moved forward from that, even though the reason why we haven't is because we never, it sounds crazy, but out of the 9 cycles that we've done prior to these Clomid cycles, basically they either weren't done right or there were issues involving every cycle. There might have been cycles that didn't have any issues, but between having the polyps and the size polyps that I had, the femora was a joke. I was basically probably just helping produce the polyps, making them bigger. I don't know if that necessarily does that, but that's my thought. I never really asked him if that would have done that, but I just feel personally that it was a waste. My doctor knew there was something there. They might have been small at the time, but to start me on the induction medication was just pointless. He should have looked further into that. So, but that's the past, and I'm really trying to stay positive for the future, even though it's hard, and I'm sure you all know that. But so I guess where we're at right now is we are going to do another round of 100 milligrams of Clomid. The reason he doesn't want to bump me up to 150 is because I am reacting off of it. I am ovulating. I am getting nice sized follicles. My lining seems to be doing okay. There's really, the reason of bumping me up to 150 is not necessarily going to produce more follicles. It can actually overstimulate me. So I don't know that I like that answer, but I'm going to go with it because I trust him, and hopefully he knows what he's talking about and we can get pregnant. So we talked about next cycle possibly adding an IUI, which I am so excited about in a way, but I'm also really nervous. And more so, a few things, cost. Cost is actually pretty low. Tomorrow I'm supposed to call. The actual cost for my IUI is very low. Now, the semen washing is what's going to cost, and I'm supposed to call tomorrow to find out about that. So hopefully it's not too much. I don't have to have ultrasounds because we're going to do a Clomid cycle with it. So he's okay without doing ultrasounds, and it would just be Clomid and the IUI. So we shall see. I mean, hopefully this month is our month naturally, and we can have a BFP. But if not, then I guess IUI next month. So I don't know. I guess let me know if you've had IUI. One, if you know how much it costs out of pocket for semen wash, that would be great. And you know, we talked about injectables, and he said right now he doesn't feel that I need them, but when I do, you know, we'll definitely discuss it. But he thinks he's pretty optimistic that this might work. So I'm trying to be optimistic as well. Sorry, I'm not looking at my phone very much. I keep noticing that I'm looking away a lot. But so, I mean, overall, it was a really good appointment. It just, like I said, I'm at the point where I'm stressed and I need to take a minute and, I guess, smell the roses and appreciate the little things that I do have. But in the next breath, this is something that we want so desperately, and I guess I feel desperate now, and I've never felt like that really about anything in my life. I've never felt envious. I've never felt like just not being able to not change things. Like I'm horrible at that. Like if I can't control something, if I can't prepare for something, if I can't, you know, I tend to freak out. I tend to get upset and nervous and anxiety and everything because I'm so used to being able to control things and being able to plan ahead, and this is something you can't plan for. It just, there's no way you can plan for something like this. So that's it in a nutshell. I started Clomid tonight, so my first night of Clomid. So far so good. I've been having headaches pretty much on and off since ovulation, so I don't know what the heck that's up with that. I think it might be the weather, but I hope it's nothing more, obviously. But I have been having headaches off and on. I have not taken anything, thank God, for the headaches. So they've gone away, or I forgot about them and they've gone away. So another thing I wanted to bring up is I've been reading a book called Hannah's Hope, and I've talked about this briefly before, and I'm just going to briefly touch it now because I don't have a lot of time. But it's a great book about infertility and child loss, miscarriage, stillbirth, and adoption loss. And it really relates to the more religious side or biblical side of it. And I personally have had my faith shaken when I miscarried. And at first I felt like I was betraying God. And I didn't want to feel like that. I'm not a very religious person, but I do believe in God, and I do, hold him high in my life. But for some reason, when I miscarried, I had so many questions of why, and just a lot of questions, and it shook my faith a little bit, or a lot actually. I questioned a lot of things, and then I felt guilty because I questioned things that no one's ever gonna know, and that's something that I have to learn to cope with. But anyways, I'm getting kind of off tangent. But anyways, this book's called Hannah's Hope, or Hope for Hannah. Hope for Hannah. And it is amazing. And they had a quote in there, and it says, and this I had to tell like all my support group girls because I just thought it was amazing. But it said that the reason why fertility hurts so bad is because we're born with mother's hearts, and we grieve for our children. So I don't know, it hit home for me. It really did. It definitely hit home, thinking, yes, I know since I was a little girl that I was meant to be a mom. I was always helpful in school, even so much that in kindergarten I was called, mother and then my last name by the teacher, because I would just go around and help all the kids do what they needed to do, or tie their shoes, or I was always doing that kind of stuff. So I don't know, it really, I don't know, it shed some sort of light to me, or it made sense, and it was like, oh yeah, that's exactly sums it up in the most nicest way, because of course I could say horrible things about fertility and it not be good, but in the nicest way, that explains it to a T. It's not fun. It's a bitch, to be honest. We have to go through so much just to get something that some people get so easily. It just drives me, it drives me crazy, and it frustrates me, because there are so many bad people out there that can have children just by having a drink, or whatever, one night stands, being young, these young kids having children. It's not that it's wrong, it's just that why does it have to be so difficult for the rest of us? Like, there's so many people that have infertility issues, and until I had it, it was not really brought to my attention that much, and now it's like, why aren't people screaming from the rooftops about infertility, and why aren't we, trying to do things for infertility like they do for cancer and for everything else? And I know that infertility is not life-threatening, but in a way it could be. It's life-threatening for the child that you're never going to have. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not coming across wrong in any way. I don't want to offend anybody, but it drives me crazy that it's just people brush it under the rug. It's not heard. So I guess that's it, and I will let you know how my cycle's going, probably in about a week or so, and we'll go from there. Hopefully I'll be ovulating around the normal time, and we can get this cycle on the road. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.